Hey everybody! So I know I haven't made a video in a really long time, and I just had a moment, so I'm deciding to make a quick update video. And I just wanted to kind of summarize everything that's been going on for me right now. So to start off, I haven't made a video since the middle of the summer, and since then, summer has finished, obviously, and now I'm back in school. Over the summer, I shadowed an orthopedic surgeon because I was considering doing a pre-med track. Had a really good time doing that, learned I don't want to be an orthopedic surgeon as of right now, but it was a really good experience for me. I also taught swim lessons, I trained really hard, and yeah, I had a great time. I swam fast over the summer. I swam in a meet back home in my where I grew up and where I trained as a female athlete, and I competed at the meet that I used to compete at there, and it was the kind of like zone championships or the like local championships, and I made finals, which means I was top 24 people, and I actually got 19th, so that was pretty cool. It was out of like, I don't know, 80 people, and I beat some kids from my old team, and yeah, it's just a really good time. Competing back home was a really great way for me to kind of get a hold of where I was, and I really felt competent in my swimming abilities, which I hadn't felt in a long time, and it kind of made me feel like myself in kind of like a twofold way. When I was swimming as male, so that's obviously was really good for me, and also really felt like I was succeeding in what I was doing, and that felt really cool. It's kind of like rewarding. Back here, in terms of swimming back at college, this is my little dorm. I have a single this year, which is really sweet. It's part of a suite, so my two roommates live over there, and they're super cool. And anyway, so swimming is going much better than last year. I feel much more close with the team. I feel like I want to be there in a way that I didn't last year. I think last year everything was really scary and new and uncomfortable, but this year I feel really excited about being part of the team. I feel really excited about going to team functions, going to social functions, and that's really exciting for me. I also feel much stronger than last year because I now have a year of training under my belt. I have experience on the team, and last year I was coming off of a gap year and I hadn't trained over the gap year, so it's really exciting that I actually have training behind me, and it makes training now a whole lot easier. Not easier, it makes training fun because I actually am in shape enough to challenge myself in a way that I wasn't before. So my goals this year are different. Instead of just finishing practices this year, I'm actually trying to get up and race people, and that doesn't mean beating people. It just means a different mentality. It's kind of like a sports psychology thing of like getting in there and really putting myself in the race, even if I know I'm not going to win, and seeing if I can. And I haven't a lot, but it's a lot of fun anyways. In terms of classes, a lot of people have asked this of me. I'm probably gonna major in psychology, and that's been a process. I was going to do evolutionary bio, I was going to do English, I was going to do Spanish, I was going to do comparative literature. I was kind of all over the place, but I am really excited about doing psych, and because I've already completed a lot of the requirements for the major, I might be able to do a lot of other things, so I'm really excited about that. I'm working in a lab that I'm really excited about. I work with parrots, and that's really cool, and yeah, it's been an amazing academic experience in contrast to last year when I was taking all these huge lecture classes that I hated, and this year I'm really excited to go to class, and I get up wanting to go to class, and I think that's pretty exciting. Except for stats, I don't like statistics. I still have to take that, but you know, 1 out of 4 classes that I don't like isn't that bad. The other thing is I'm now, as of like a week ago, I think 2 weeks ago, I'm 16 months on hormones. I started June 3rd, 2015, and so today is October 13th, 2016, so a year and a half-ish on hormones. Since I last checked in, I'm not sure a ton has changed. I think the same things have kind of like increased, so I think my face structure is still changing. My Adam's apple is a little bit more prominent, but also the lighting is kind of cool right now. I know that the hair on my legs and the hair in like my body in general has just been growing a lot. So last year in college, second semester, I started noticing chin hairs. Now I have enough that like I can pull at them. I don't know if you can see, but I pulled a bunch of them out the other day because they were annoying me. But a lot of them get like a centimeter long, so they're not just like there; they're actually growing. So that's kind of neat. But with that comes like all this. Can you see it? Well, there's a light patch there. But I have really annoying acne under here, and it's like painful. They're like kind of like ingrown hairs. And those drive me a little bit nuts because they're like I said, they're painful and they don't really go away. They don't like pop or anything, and it's gross. But anyways, so that's like the biggest downfall right now. I don't think my voice has changed a whole lot. You can check out my other videos if you want to see if it has, but I don't think it has. But yeah, facial hair has definitely increased, and I have like hair here that grows back very quickly if I don't like shave it. I clearly haven't shaved here in a while, but it also is like way longer than it was last year. And period still isn't here, so that's great. My mood is really stable. Oh, the last thing is I switched to pellets. So for those of you who don't know, there's a thing called Testapel, which is they're little tiny, they're pellets about the size of rice of testosterone. And what they do is they make a little incision on a part of your body. For me, it was the butt. That's like most common, is like your butt cheek. Tiny incision. They put a bunch of lidocaine shots in there, and then so it's numb, and then they shove like a tube basically in that incision, and then they tamp down the pellets into your, like, under your skin. It's a subdural insertion. And then they put a little butterfly bandage on the little incision. There's no stitches or anything. It's an in-office procedure, but it's technically surgery, but it's just a procedure that you do in office. And then those pellets release, like, they're slow release pellets. It's supposed to be about 3 months of time, and then you do that every 3 months. And so it's essentially like 6 shots every 3, like, that you just get at one time, and you just do that every 3 months. For me, I don't think it's going to be worth it, because I did that and then I couldn't exercise for like 4 days, and I tried to exercise the first day because they said I could exercise, but I couldn't swim, and then it was like really painful, and then it didn't close up, and then it was like an open wound for like 2 weeks, because what's supposed to happen is you're supposed to close up the skin, but like because mine burst, it was like open like this, and then it had to grow together. It was just a pain in the ass, literally, and shots are going to be easier for me, and it is easier for me to like moderate my level of hormones because I have to do that for the NCAA because I'm competing, all these things. So my point is, I didn't like it, but I know plenty of people do, so don't let that deter you. But for me as an athlete, it wasn't worth it. Here's also a little top surgery update. I'm 19 months post-op as of like 3 days ago. My results I'm really happy with. I had surgery on March 10th, 2015 with Dr. Garamoni in Davie, Florida. He did a double incision mastectomy, and he had to connect the scars in the middle because my chest was so big. I had double D's beforehand. Anyways, these are my results. Like I said, I'm pretty happy with it. He contoured the lines almost like exactly to my pectoral muscles, which is really cool. So that like when I, like with my muscles there, I guess they kind of like hide underneath the line there. And I'm like excited about my pec development, because that was something I noted in my first video when I had top surgery, was that I wanted to like grow my chest so the lines kind of were there. It's not that I want to hide my scars; they're like completely visible. I'm completely naked when I'm swimming, and everybody knows what's there. But it's kind of cool that they kind of fade into there. So just for like some closer results. My scars have really loosened up, which is good. So the skin is just like normal skin, basically. They're pretty flat. They're shiny because that's like the scar tissue. The nipples healed pretty well. I have like tactile sensation. The sensation hasn't really changed. But there's no erotic sensation. And for those of you who are going to get double mastectomy, this kind with the nipple grafts, you're not going to have nipple sensation that's erotic. That's just like impossible. There's no nerve stem that exists still. Yeah. So those are my results. Both of my nipples project out. This one better than this one. There's not a lot of dog earring at all on the sides. But yeah, it's a huge scar. It's just part of my body, and I love it. Yeah. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'm gonna try to do more frequent updates. I think I might do my Water Wednesdays, if you check out my Instagram, as a video instead. So on Water Wednesdays, I'll post you'll ask me questions, and then I'll post a video that's like a little answer to that, and see if I can keep a kind of consistent vlogging thing going, but we'll see. Thanks for watching. Have questions, let me know. All right.